Hey TechKnowStuds, one of the best things that I found that you can do for your company is implement change management, controlling the amount of change that happens within your organization. So in this video, let's take a look at what change management looks like. Change management is all about putting a process into place to make sure that we're making changes correctly within our environment. By having a documented process for change management, we start creating consistency. Then we can make improvements over time. There's an efficiency that happens with all of this and a quality that happens with all of this. Some of the benefits that I've really found with change management is we end up communicating better to our stakeholders, preparing them for the changes and making sure that our users are prepared for whatever changes are going to affect them. Another thing that I found that really has helped with change management is that we make a lot less errors and we have a lot less downtime and we have a lot less issues after we roll out those changes. Change management does have a downside though. As we implement change management processes and procedures, we're changing people's workflow. Not only is this a change in how they have to operate, but it can be seen as putting up barriers to how agile we can be and how quickly we can make changes within our environment. And to a certain degree, that is true. What I have found is that there are some objections that come up when you start implementing change management. I've even had these myself. When I've implemented change management within my team, I had a lot of concerns about how much it was going to slow their work and how agile we could be. I've seen this also when setting out change management processes for other departments. What I've noticed is they want the benefits of other departments having change management, so make sure that communication and these less issues that happen, but they don't necessarily want change management put on themselves because it impedes their workflow. Ultimately, we need to get back to the benefits of what change management has and how it actually propels businesses forward rather than hinders business. And after I've implemented change management within my teams, I've noticed a huge improvement. And ultimately, that comes back to right-sizing your processes and procedures for change management to the size of your team and the size of your company. That is, we don't want to get really process heavy for a small, agile company. But then again, we also want to put some processes into place to make sure that we are eliminating as many issues as possible and communicating things correctly. And here's the general process of change management. It starts with a change request. Some customer, user, stakeholder makes a request. Then it goes into the planning phase of what this request means and how we're going to roll this out. We go through the planning phase of this, and then we get into the evaluation, where somebody double checks the change to make sure that it's going to be proper for the environment and not going to cause any issues and follows all of our policies and procedures. This could be as simple as just a single person that's checking things over to make sure it's accurate. It could be something like code review before changes go out to the code and get deployed, or it could be as something as more complex as a full CAB, a change advisory board, and a change advisory board would then discuss this and make sure that it's a proper change. Then once it's approved, it goes through the implementation process. We monitor to make sure it has the effect that we wanted it to. And then we have the change closure where we close out our paperwork and make sure that communication has happened and finish things off. All with each one of these phases, we make sure the proper communication and documentation is happening.